As you can imagine, these cameras picked up all sorts of normal things. But there was a couple frames on one of them that was really strange, and at first glance, it appeared to be a silver orb-type shaped object off in the distance.
On April 10th, an extraordinary UFO sighting took place across the vast expanse of the Arizona desert, captivating the attention of UFO enthusiasts and skeptics alike. This event unfolded as a series of stunning, triangular formations of lights were seen traveling across the desert landscape, creating a spectacle that left many questioning what they had witnessed. What made this sighting particularly fascinating was the fact that it wasn't just one observer who captured the phenomenon. Multiple witnesses spanning hundreds of miles, from Arizona to California, reported seeing similar lights in the sky. The initial footage, posted by a man named Mauricio Morales on Facebook, quickly gained attention due to its clarity and the unusual nature of the lights he filmed. While driving back to Phoenix, Morales found himself on a quiet stretch of road just past Parker, Arizona, when he first noticed a strange light in the sky. At first, he dismissed it as a shooting star with a green hue, but as he continued driving, he began to notice something far more perplexing: a small orange light far off in the distance. Intrigued, but not overly concerned, he continued on his journey, initially assuming the light could be a distant fire or, perhaps, an antenna light on the horizon. However, after several miles, he realized that the light was no longer visible, only to reappear moments later. It was at this point that Morales's curiosity was piqued. He knew something was amiss. This was no ordinary light. By the time he had reached a spot near the intersection of Highway 72 and Highway 95, between Parker and Quartzsite, Arizona, Morales had pulled over, set up his camera, and begun recording the strange phenomena. What he captured was nothing short of astonishing: 6 glowing orange-red lights floating in the sky, arranged in a parallel formation that seemed to shimmer with an intense, fiery glow. The lights appeared to move slowly, almost in a deliberate, calculated manner, leading Morales to believe that what he was witnessing was far beyond the realm of natural phenomena. He spent about 15 minutes capturing photographs and video footage of the lights, but then, just as mysteriously as they had appeared, the lights vanished without a trace. There was no fading or gradual disappearance. They simply blinked out of existence, leaving nothing behind but the memory of their strange and unexplained appearance. In his post, Morales described the event as a super cool experience and reiterated that he had never seen anything like it before. What struck him most was the unusual formation of the lights, which appeared to move in unison, something that was far too precise and synchronized to be explained away as something like flares or Chinese lanterns. The media, however, took a different approach. The local ABC 15 News quickly jumped to the conclusion that the lights were simply part of a meteor breaking up over the desert. But Morales was quick to refute this claim, pointing out that the meteor, if it had been one, had already struck the desert several minutes before he even pulled over to capture the footage. The discrepancy in the lighting of the photos, according to Morales, was simply due to his use of different camera settings to make the lights more visible. The controversy didn't end there. Another video surfaced, this time from a different witness located over 100 miles away in El Centro, California. The footage, captured by Janetta Benelli using a Canon 500D camera, depicted the exact same triangular formation of lights. The similarity between the two videos was uncanny: same pattern, same glowing lights, and a striking resemblance in the movement of the objects. The footage from El Centro, which was taken under similar conditions, further corroborated the sighting, making it clear that what Morales had filmed was not an isolated incident, but a larger phenomenon experienced by multiple people across a wide geographic area. The footage posted by Morales and Benelli showed 6 lights in a triangular formation, which only added to the mystery. The lights appeared to hover steadily in the sky, almost like a fleet of spacecraft. The angle at which the lights were captured suggested that the objects were not descending toward the Earth or moving in any erratic fashion. Rather, they seemed to maintain a steady, coordinated flight path. What was most striking about the footage was the lack of sound. Typically, when something like flares or lanterns are in the sky, they can create audible noise or flicker in a noticeable way. But these lights were eerily silent, adding another layer of intrigue to the entire event. As the footage spread online, it became clear that there was a division in how people interpreted the footage. Skeptics were quick to dismiss it as a hoax or a misidentification of common aerial phenomena, such as satellites or military exercises. But the very nature of the sighting, coupled with the fact that multiple people had witnessed the same lights from such far-apart locations, made it difficult to ignore. After all, if this had been a coordinated military exercise, why would it have been visible to the public in such an open and uncontested manner? To further complicate the matter, local news outlets like ABC 15 had rushed to explain the lights away as the result of a meteor. This claim was quickly dismissed by Morales, who pointed out that meteors simply don't form into triangular formations in the sky, nor do they behave in the way the lights were moving. Meteor showers tend to be brief flashes of light that streak across the sky and disappear almost instantly. What Morales filmed, and what was corroborated by Bonelli's footage, did not fit the profile of a meteor in any way. Adding to the mystery, the Arizona desert is known for being a hotspot for UFO sightings and strange phenomena. The region's vast, open landscapes and sparse population make it an ideal location for people to witness unusual objects or lights in the sky. It is also home to several secretive military and government bases, further fueling speculation about the origins of these mysterious lights. Whether these lights were the result of military technology, extraterrestrial craft, or something else entirely, remains a question that is still unanswered. Morales, for his part, seemed genuinely baffled by what he had witnessed. In his interactions with others online, he expressed his disbelief and emphasized how out of the ordinary the lights were. Given the widespread nature of the sighting, with other witnesses across the region observing similar phenomena, it seemed unlikely that the entire event could be chalked up to coincidence or misinterpretation. There was something deliberate and purposeful in the way the lights appeared and disappeared, something that seemed beyond human control or understanding. In the days following the sighting, Morales promised to post more footage and photographs of the event on his Facebook page. For those who were captivated by the story, this was an opportunity to see more of the elusive lights and perhaps gain a clearer understanding of what had transpired that night. The idea that the phenomenon might continue or even intensify only added to the excitement, and many UFO enthusiasts were eager to see what else might surface from this strange encounter. In another recent incident, a UFO was spotted making crop circles, and the video of it has gone viral. The UFO was a round, disc-shaped object that hovered just above the ground while it created the crop circles.
Crop circles are basically features, designs, illustrations of high complexity in crops. They tend to be complicated designs of unknown origin.
What's strange is how quickly and smoothly it made the patterns. It only took about a minute for the UFO to create each crop circle before it moved on to another spot, and did the same thing again. The crop circles appeared perfectly shaped and looked like they were made with no tools or machines, just the UFO itself. The way it moved from one crop circle to the next was so fast and effortless that it left many people confused. It seemed like the UFO was using some kind of power to bend and arrange the crops in real time. The footage spread quickly on social media, with people all over the world talking about what they saw. Some people wondered if it was a trick or the use of some advanced technology, while others believed it was evidence of something more mysterious, like aliens. Whatever the explanation, the UFO and the way it created the crop circles has caught people's attention, sparking debates about what really happened that day.
It's a mystery as old as the hills. Just how do these perfect circles appear in the middle of cornfields?
Crop circles, though often seen as a modern phenomenon, have a history that stretches back centuries. While they may seem like something new, the first recorded instance of a crop circle goes back as far as 1678. According to historical reports, a farmer in England witnessed strange bright lights over his field one night. Not sure what to make of it, he waited until morning to check his crops. When he ventured outside at first light, he discovered perfectly round circles pressed into the crops. The design was so precise and smooth that it didn't look like something that could have been made by nature or an accident. Being a deeply religious man, the farmer thought this could be a sign from above, perhaps a message or a warning, and decided to abandon his plans to harvest the crops. This early report is the first documented appearance of what we now call crop circles, and it set the stage for centuries of speculation and intrigue surrounding these strange formations. Over time, we learned that crop circles could be created by humans. In the modern day, people use simple tools like ropes, planks, and ladders to craft these intricate designs in fields. Many individuals have come forward over the years, taking credit for creating crop circles, and this revelation has caused much of the mystery to fade. Once it became clear that people were responsible for at least some of the crop circles, public interest in the phenomenon dropped significantly. However, it wasn't until people began diving deeper into the subject that the complexity of these formations began to reveal a far more intriguing side to the story. For instance, in 2008, a crop circle appeared in Wiltshire, England. At first glance, it looked like just another typical circular design. However, a closer examination by an astrophysicist revealed something far more complex. The crop circle was actually a mathematical representation of pi, the mathematical constant, accurate to 10 decimal places. This discovery was made public on a few specialized mathematical websites, but it did not receive much mainstream attention. Despite the complexity and meaning behind the crop circle, there was no evidence to suggest that anyone had created it in the traditional sense. The field around the circle was thoroughly inspected, and no traces of human activity were found. No footprints, no tools, no sign of anyone having entered the field during the night. The creation of the crop circle remained a mystery, further deepening the intrigue surrounding these formations. Psychological studies have shown that the general public is often more willing to accept explanations that align with mainstream narratives, even when their eyes can clearly see something that doesn't fit. Researchers have studied crop circles from this psychological perspective, suggesting that people's opinions can be shaped by the majority opinion of a group. When individuals are shown something that challenges their understanding or their beliefs, they tend to dismiss it, especially when the majority of people believe otherwise. This social influence is one reason why many crop circle phenomena, including the pie crop circle, haven't been widely discussed in the media.
When I came home in '66, I met Dave, who was a fellow artist, and we used to go venture out on Friday evenings and have a chat about watercolours and things and have a pint of beer. And one evening, summer evening, we saw a cornfield, and I remarked to him about this. And I said, why don't we put a circular depression in this cornfield, the same as they had out in Australia?
The mainstream narrative often focuses on the easier-to-explain crop circles and dismisses the more complicated or unusual ones. One of the most famous crop circles in history was the design that depicted a gray humanoid figure. This particular crop circle is one of the most famous, yet surprisingly, finding information on it is difficult. Despite its fame, it doesn't seem to have received the same level of coverage as some of the other formations. However, after conducting some in-depth research, it became clear that this crop circle had piqued the interest of scientists and researchers. Interestingly, one of the few scholars who studied the gray humanoid crop circle was Dr. Mia Pikinen, a physicist from the University of Helsinki in Finland. She published a paper titled Crop Circles and Life at Parallel Space-Time Sheets, which explored the possibility that these formations might be connected to theories of parallel universes and time. Her research looked at how the complex geometries of crop circles could be linked to theories of space-time and parallel dimensions. Dr. Pikanan's study is one of the many academic works that have sought to make sense of crop circles beyond the typical explanations of hoaxes and human-made creations. In addition to Pikkanen, other scientists have suggested that crop circles contain hidden messages encoded in binary code. Some of these researchers have claimed that by decoding these patterns, they were able to reveal a cryptic message that reads, "We are the bearers of false gifts and their broken promises. Much pain, but still time. Believe there is good out there. We oppose deception. Conduits closing." The meaning behind this message remains unclear, but it is intriguing to consider that such messages could be hidden in the designs of crop circles. What makes this particular case even more fascinating is that the field where the crop circle appeared was shut off during the night. For someone to have created such a complex design in the dead of night without being detected by the numerous security measures in place is virtually impossible. No one was seen entering or leaving the field, and further studies revealed no signs of human presence in the area at the time. Dr. Pikanan's study is just one example of how crop circles have intrigued scientists and researchers. Her abstract explains the use of a new method for solving the three-dimensional incompressible Navier-Stokes equations, which were applied to understanding the structure and design of crop circles. This kind of research suggests that crop circles might have properties or characteristics that are far more complex than we might initially think. What if these patterns are not just random or human-made? Could they be linked to something beyond our understanding of physics and mathematics? Lucy Pringle, another researcher who studied crop circles extensively, made an interesting observation about the messages contained within them. She pointed out that many crop circles contain two parts: an alien image and a series of symbols that resemble a spiral-like sequence. These sequences often start from the center of the design and move counterclockwise, which is a significant detail that raises questions about the intentions behind these formations. Some of the sequences appear to be incomprehensible, with certain words like Ely and Uve standing out as particularly strange. Pringle speculated that these inconsistencies might be purposeful, suggesting that the message behind these crop circles is not as simple as it might seem at first glance. Pringle also suggested that these crop circles could be representations of universal codes, possibly even linked to the genetic code. She theorized that the spiral patterns and bit sequences might be related to how DNA is translated into amino acids. This is a fascinating idea, because it suggests that the messages encoded in crop circles might be trying to communicate something fundamental about life itself. What if these formations were not just random or artistic, but were intended to convey knowledge about the nature of life and its structure? If this theory is correct, crop circles might be more than just strange designs. They could be encoded with scientific information that we have yet to fully understand. The study also noted that the plants in the crop circles exhibited signs of exposure to transient high temperatures, which might be linked to electromagnetic forces or other unknown energy sources. It's fascinating how many scientists and researchers have delved into the mystery of crop circles. Despite their efforts, the phenomenon remains largely unexplained, and many of the most intriguing findings are often left out of mainstream discussions. These discoveries suggest that some crop circles may be created by forces far beyond our current understanding, and the possibility that some of them are the result of advanced technology or even extraterrestrial intelligence is something that continues to intrigue researchers and the public alike. So, what are your thoughts on these mysteries? Tell us in the comments below and stay tuned for more content like this.